All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Home Studio Simplified channel. We're going to try this again. Last time we had a little bit of a snafu with the internet and was not able to actually get this mix completed. However, this time around, hopefully, I believe we're going to have a little bit better luck. Weather looks good over here. the internet man said everything should be good. So, yeah, let's do this. If you are new here, this channel exists to simplify the complexities of the home studio and to help you make professional sounding music in a less than professional space. The motto around here is that you can dream alone, you can even create alone, but together we can, and we often do, achieve so much more. Let's give a big shout out to the individuals who are helping to keep the lights on around here. James Sheets, Chris Knowles, Ben Grauer, Mob the Gamer, Mark George, Peter Ferguson, Danny, Miracle Records, Jurgen, Stan, Levon Johnson Jr., Rayfield Drake, Gordon Grinnell, and Zach Wayman. These are all our individuals who have signed up for a monthly Patreon donation there, or they have also given through PayPal, as you see with James Sheets, or they have signed up for a YouTube membership. Either way, all these individuals rock in my book. Speaking of rocking, let's give a brief shout out to a sponsor today, and then we'll get started on this mix again. Today's video is sponsored in part by the 𝗏𝗏 Academy. The 𝗏𝗏 Academy offers affordable courses from mentors, world-class engineers, Grammy winners, and multi-platinum selling producers. And with the resources available on the 𝗏𝗏 Academy, you can learn how to create radio-ready mixes from the comfort of your own home studio. Most of the courses also offer multi-tracks that you can then add to your portfolio and begin to build out your business. Follow the link in the description of this video to head on over to the 𝗏𝗏 Academy today and start learning the skills that are needed to take your hobby or your business to the next level. Okay, so last time we tried to do this mix, we had a little bit of a snafu, as has already been stated, and that was the fact that the internet just decided it was going to completely just take a dump. So, with that being said, we're hoping that this stream is going to go a little bit better, and we're going to try to get this mix completed this time. So last time around, if you remember, if you were here then, we actually got through quite a bit of the production elements of the song, but we're going to look at kind of where we left off. So let me bring up the old trusty console view again here. So we took all of our drums, we bussed them out. We created 3 reverb buses, a short or small, medium, and large, as I've labeled them this time. Sometimes I just label them short, medium, and long. And then we've also created a bass bus and a synth bus, as well as a Vox bus. Now, up until this point, we started working with the synths, which is mainly the majority of the elements in this mix. And we just got to the guitars before the stream decided it was going to shut down and the internet was going to die. Like literally, nothing was working. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, and let's see where exactly we are with this mix. Like I said, I think we ended off here at these guitars. We were just trying to get these to fit in with the mix a little bit better. Hit the old C button to bring up the console or the control bar again. And loud noise in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so as you can see, the guitars are getting kind of lost in the mix with the rest of the stuff here, so we're just going to take care of that. We've already adjusted with a little bit of EQ on here. But I think what we're going to do is one of my favorites, the old saturation. And let's use the classic clipper by T-Rex. This is sort of it's not so in your face, sort of a transparent clipper. And I'm going to bring in the gain at +10, take in the output about the same, and then we'll just adjust that going forward here. Okay, I liked that. So I'm going to go ahead and take that same setting now, And I'll just simply copy that on down to the other guitar track that was on the right side. So we have a right and left guitar track here. Let's take a listen to that one more time. Nice. All right, so that all got leveled out there. 𝗧𝗵𝘅 MJ is in the house. Let's give a cheer for a first timer. I believe Joseph Wright Pugh is also a first timer. Let's give him a crowd cheer as well. Midnight Blue Movies is here. 𝗪𝗀𝗃, Mark George, Danny Miller. Good to see each and every one of you. By way of the chat, if you are here and you have not signed into the chat yet or responded to anything, let us know where you're from. So I'm going to go ahead and try to balance these just a little bit better in context with the rest of the mix. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and solo those so I can hear just exactly how loud they are in the right and left stereo field here. That's pretty close. Good deal. All right, so now that we got those kind of where they should be, the next thing that's going to be cropping up here is these horns. Yeah, those definitely need some reverb added onto them there. Awesome. We got some in-state, some out-of-state, some... Wow. We've got many different cities, nations, countries represented here. This is cool. Okay, so I'm going to slap some reverb on these horns. And I think I'm just going to use the large reverb only. Mainly because I want to send these towards the back of the mix. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so one thing I want to do that I haven't done as of yet is I want to go ahead and EQ my sends for my reverbs. This is going to be beneficial for the sense of making sure that they don't accentuate areas that need not be, which would cause some muddiness. So I'm going to bring the low pass down to about 8,000 kilohertz and the high pass up to 100 hertz. I'm going to dip out a little bit in the mid-range at roughly at 400. And then at 1800, I'm going to dip out just a bit. Okay, I'm going to do that on the first one, as you can see here. And then I'm just going to simply click and copy this over by holding the control button. All right. Now, it should sound a little more cohesive. Let's hear that in context with the mix now. Which means I will need to unsolo this. Okay, so those are still just a little too present for my liking. I'm going to take them back by a few dBs here. Okay, so there's a little bit of low-end information in here I'm going to get rid of. Not sure if I'm going to say this right, but 𝗬𝗏 another first-timer. Good to have you, buddy. As well as Nicholas Hawkins. Big crowd cheer for both of you. All right. This track doesn't necessarily require there to be a lot of low-end. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. And it, in my estimation, would probably step on the lead vocal a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and around 2000 kilohertz, take out about 3 dBs. Okay, bring this back up here. Okay. And copy that over there to that one. Awesome. Take out some of that low end on these as well here. Gonna boost the highs a little bit. Take out some of the mid-range. Try that again. Oh, cool. Thanks. I'm loving that bass. Okay, let's bring these back in again. I believe these pads might need to come up just a little bit here. Oh yeah. Folks, this is sounding beautiful. Nice. I'm just going to copy this over. Seems to be working. Is that cheating? Nah. If it works, you know? Okay, I want to bring these up a little bit more. It's almost a percussive element that needs to be there. I'm going to bring the high pass filter up just high enough to get it out of the way of the bass guitar though. Add a little bit of top end and take away a little bit of the high mids. Much better. There's a lot of stuff going on here. And yet it all works well together. It's awesome. Okay, I feel like we got a pretty good rough mix, if you want to call it that, a balance of all of the instrumentation. Now, normally if this was, you know, a paying client or something like that, I would definitely be taking a little bit more time getting these to jive a little bit better. However, I'm really not having to do too much to these, which is honestly one of the benefits of working with great material, is that you can really just be more creative instead of trying to fix so many things. One thing that I am going to do though, that I haven't done as of yet, is I'm going to go ahead and enable all of the console emulation on this. This is going to actually add a lot more of the second and third harmonics. It's going to add a little bit more warmth, as they like to call it. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that. Turn that drive up. Now I notice the difference. Oh, sweetness. Console emulation on the buses now. There's that warmth. Okay, folks, you know what's next. We're going to go ahead and tackle these vocals. And by tackle, I mean, this is probably the most exciting part. We're going to get to mix Michael's vocals into the mix. Mix them into the mix. There's a word of wisdom you can take from this. Okay, let's check it. Let me unmute those first. That might help. Now, the vocals, when we get to mixing vocals, it's the one instrument, and I am going to call it an instrument because in essence it really is, but it's the one instrument that you can actually solo to do a majority of your EQ, and you don't have to worry about it not fitting in with the rest of the mix, because ultimately it's going to set on top of the whole mix anyway. So I am going to go ahead and solo the lead vocal here. Oh, you know you love that. Awesome. Okay. Go ahead and start shaving off some of that low end we don't need. Take it up to about 85 hertz.
As it came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the bloodstains on the carpet. She went underneath the table. He could see she was a neighbor. So she ran into the bedroom. She was struck down. It was her doom. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you walking, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Will you tell us that you're okay? That the sign of the window that he struck you, I guess in Annie. He came into your apartment, left the blood stains on the carpet, and then you ran into the bedroom. You were shut down. It was shut down. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay?
Okay, so one thing that I've noticed from doing this several times now, mixing Michael's vocals, is the low end, like around 250 hertz range. Normally you would cut that on most vocals or just not boost it, just kind of leave it alone. On Michael's vocals, it seems like because he's got this grit, this, you know, where he's just, I kind of like to boost it. It tends to actually bring out that emotional factor of the vocal. It doesn't really add, I don't think, to the sound as much as it adds to the emotion. Oddly enough, it's kind of weird, maybe even esoteric. And then I'm going to boost around 5,000 kilohertz. That's going to cause top end sheen. It's also going to cause that, yet again, that grit that he's conveying in that vocal is going to come through. And then he typically recorded most of his vocals with a Shure SM7, and those usually have sort of a range around the mid-range, 700 to 1,000 hertz, that has just like a sort of like a honky sound to it. It's not real bad, but it's just enough that I dipped it out about 1.5 dBs. Okay, we got the console emulation at full blast on the drive too. That's adding some warmth.
As it came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the bloodstains on the carpet. She went underneath the table. He could see she was a neighbor. So she ran into the bedroom. She was struck down. It was her doom. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
I'm going to use the Soothe 2 plugin to take care of the sibilance. These are the S's in the vocal. It's not really bad, which that's a good thing about using a Shure microphone, especially the SM7. It doesn't have a lot of high-end sibilance sound to it. But just to take care of some of that, I'm going to go ahead and use it as strictly as a de-esser. This is one of the most transparent de-essers I've ever heard in my life. I've got it set to de-honk. There we go. Let's see. As it came
into the window was the sound of a crescendo.
So this is exactly what it's removing right here.
So she ran into the bedroom. She was struck down. It was her doom. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So
Sounds awesome. Okay. And then now this track was provided with 2 lead vocals. I'm assuming that they were one of these panned right and left. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to, because it's my mix and I'll do what I want to, I'm going to add little 𝗠𝗶𝘅. And I'm going to go with the rich fifths. And by itself, it's going to sound like trash.
as it came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the bloodstains on the carpet. She went underneath the table. He could see she was a 𝗍𝗍𝗍. So she ran into the bedroom. She was struck down. It was her doom. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay?
What this is going to do is this is going to create a track that I can now blend sort of like a side-by-side parallel to the lead vocal. And I'll blend it in just enough to give that lead vocal a little bit more grit, and it'll also accentuate those harmonics.
As it came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the bloodstains on the carpet. She went underneath the table. He could see she was a 𝗍𝗍𝗍. So she ran into the bedroom.
I'm going to bring it up until I can just begin to hear it, and then I'm going to back it off a little bit.
As it came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the bloodstains on the carpet. She went underneath the table. He could see she was a 𝗍𝗍𝗍. So she ran into the bedroom.
So here's the cool part about this. This actually plays right along with the rest of the song's elements, because these fifths that are being added are the same fifths that are being added from a lot of the synth instruments. So if I'm not mistaken, it should help his vocals not only to set on top, but to sound more musical as well. Okay. Now I'm going to take the same EQ curve and apply it to that.
As it came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the bloodstains on the carpet. She went underneath the table. He could see she was a 𝗍𝗍𝗍. So she ran into the bedroom. She was struck down. It was her doom. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and just copy this Soothe 2 plugin to these other elements here. And why not? I'll go ahead and add it to this one as well. And I'm going to copy over this here. But on this one, instead of taking away the 867 hertz, I'm going to go up to 3000 kilohertz, and I'm going to dip out there with a wider Q. This will alleviate and leave room for the lead vocal. So I'll be treating them essentially as backups, even though they're more or less a predominant element during this portion of the actual mix. Awesome. 13 concurrent viewers, 14 actually. Looks like I got 14 viewers and 9 likes. Guys, smash that like button. You know what to do. Smash it. Thank you, 𝗪𝗀𝗍𝗂, by the way. All right, let's go ahead and take a listen to these real quickly and in context with the mix, and then we'll just balance the levels. I believe these background vocals are going to need to come up quite a bit.
As I came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the bloodstains on the carpet. She went underneath the table. He could see she was a 𝗍𝗍𝗍. So she ran into the bedroom. She was struck down. It was her doom. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay?
Okay. It sounds funny every time I say okay after that's done. I'm going to go ahead and add reverb to all of these. I'm going to turn the short reverb down to about 6.5. And then we'll do a little painting on these. Oops. And a little painting on these. Let's see if that sounds any better. I want to kind of have them nestled into the mix. I don't want them to be so prominent that they seem as if they're right next to you. I'm going to go ahead and add, oh man, it changed. Instead of adding another one, that's what I wanted to do. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that time around I could hear the little Ultra Boy just a bit too much. I'll turn it down just a little bit more. Okay. I did it again. Okay. It's all good. Now I'm going to add the large reverb to these. And I'll be blending this one in the least amount, but I want to add it in there to give it full depth.
As I came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment, he left the blood stains on the carpet. She went underneath the table, he could see she was a neighbor. So she ran into the bedroom, she was struck down, it was her doom. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Will you tell us that you're okay? That the sign of the window that he stuck to a crescendo, Annie. He got into your heart and the blood stains on the carpet. And then you ran into the bedroom, you were struck down, it was shut to. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
Okay, that sounded really good. I'm going to go ahead and on the vocal bus, I'm going to insert an instance of the CA2A. And this is just going to keep the vocals constant, sort of give them a little bit more consistency. I don't want to overdo it.
As I came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the bloodstains on the carpet. She ran underneath the table. He could see she was a neighbor. So she ran into the bedroom. She was struck down. It was her doom. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Will you tell us that you're okay? That the sign of the window that he struck you, I can send your Annie. He can into your heart, and the blood stains on the carpet. And then you ran into the bedroom. You were shut down. It was shut you. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay?
Nice.
Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by a smooth criminal. She came into the outway. It was Sunday. What a black day. But the resuscitation, sounding heartbeats, intimidations. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you?
Nice. Sounded really good. Now, yet again, if this was a personal mix, a paid mix, a paid gig, I would be doing a lot more automation in this because there's areas where I feel like some of these synths are popping out at times when they should be a little bit more subdued and then sort of easing into the mix and then easing out. This is where automation would definitely come in play. But just to do sort of a static mix like this and to have all of these elements playing together a lot better now, I think we've definitely come a lot farther than where we started. So one thing we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and have this kick side chained to the bass, mainly to the low end of the bass. Let me hear this kick again. Okay, I want that kick to be a little beefier as well. So I'm going to go to 65 hertz, do a slight bump there. And when you go to 65 hertz, you do a slight bump there. You can actually feel it. If you're wearing headphones especially, you can feel it. You're going to feel this in the car too. It's going to be that chest thump thing. You don't want to overdo it because it can actually kill speakers and it will overpower the mix. But if you do just enough of it, it gives the impression that the kick is there even when you can't hear it, and sort of tricks the brain into knowing, I should say, that there's a kick there. I'm going to roll off the highs up to, use a high pass filter. Roll off the lows up to 40 hertz. Go to 400, dip out a little. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is, because this, I don't think this is actually, it's not got so much of a thump that it's going to take away from the bass guitar, the low end. So I might actually chain it to the mid. But one thing I want to do though is I want to check and see if it would benefit to put the bark of dog on here. The bark of dog is essentially just, you pick an amplitude, you pick a frequency, and then you boost that, and it gives it some low end information that it didn't normally have. Yeah, that sounds a lot more like a kick. Let me turn up the amplitude all the way. There we go. I may have to turn that kick down in context with the rest of the mix now.
As I came into the window was the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the bloodstains on the carpet.
Yes, that's beautiful. Now that's going to help to drive the rest of that song. So now I'm going to put a compressor on the mid. And I'm just going to use the stock Sonatus compressor because this has awesome ability to sidechain. Doesn't matter the ratio. And as far as the release, I want that to come back up after the transient of the kick, and I want it to catch the first part of the kick and turn the limiter off. So create a send to the side chain of the bass mid from the now standing kick. And this should be active. Okay, I'm getting about 8 dBs. I want to go about 6. I'm going to turn that up just a bit. There we go. So now every time that kick is hitting, it's turning down the mid-range of that bass and getting that to poke through. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy that to the low as well. I might as well. I could have probably just done this on the bus, but that's fine. And we'll send another sidechain there. Let's hear what that sounds like. Awesome. So now that kick should be able to poke through the mix a little bit better. Yet again, I don't want it to overpower, but I just need that thump to sort of hit the chest. There it is. Awesome. And my computer's going, no, too much information. Okay. I think we've honestly got a really, really good rough mix here. Yet again, I'm no Bruce Swedien, never claimed to be. God rest his soul. But I am just attempting as sort of an educational venture here to help individuals out, and also to allow you to get to hear this mix and some of its soloed elements, because if nothing else, if you're a producer, it's going to help you to maybe later on down the road to pick out some sounds that you might want for a song that you're working on. So now I'm just going to do like a real quick master job of this. And when I say master job, I mean like basically just making it louder. I'm not talking like going into a full-blown, flying this into a separate session and doing any mastering there. I think I started this all the way back at the beginning. Here we go.
Sounding
Okay, now let's take a brief listen back to all of the changes that we've just made. And I'm going to hold Shift and D, Control Shift D. That should fit everything there. All right. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. There we go. F. That's the shortcut key I was looking for. D was just going to copy everything. Just to make sure I didn't duplicate everything on top of each other. Okay, now we're going to cut out all of this stuff here at the beginning. So split, delete. That should move everything over because this was enabled. All right, let's give it a listen now. By the way, Social Sound is a newbie. Let's give them a big shout out for being on the stream today. Good to have you. And thank you, Tony Mellon 1687, for sending me over the Rock With You tracks, which we'll be covering in a later show. So this is our mix, y'all. Oh, man alive. Well, folks, that was incredibly fun. Amazing. Wow. A lot of good material to work with there, obviously, though. I'm going to go ahead and slice off that last piece. Awesome. And then I'll use one of these to draw it out. Okay. I keep forgetting this is not a paid gig. I don't need to make that perfect. So, nonetheless, this was incredibly fun. I hope you guys learned something from this. And I'm glad that we were able to actually get this one completed, by the way. If you did learn something from this, spell it out in the chat right now. Like, what was the aha moment that you took from this? What was the thing that you listened to, or the technique or the trick that maybe you've seen that you were like, oh, wow, that will help my mixes. That's going to help my production. Was it just the sheer genius of Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones, as well as Bruce Sweeteen's recording abilities? Was it, something that I've done here? Whatever it was, leave that in the chat so that everybody can benefit from that. C. Kane, and probably going to pronounce this wrong, but Jorg, thank you so much for being on the channel today. So, old school fun. Oh, old school funk and soul. Good deal. I love that one. I'm going to give you a cheer for that. I think you've been here before, but I'm going to give you another crowd cheer just for that name. Funk and soul. Yeah. All right. So, yet again, thank you each and every one of you for showing up on the stream today. Thank you for all of your support, whether that be monetary, prayers, or even just showing up today and sitting here and chilling with me while we do this. I hope that you learned something from it yet again, and that's my main goal on this channel. This is not to create an island unto myself. I bring people on the show all the time that are trying to help you as well. Along those same lines, tomorrow, I'm planning on interviewing, possibly live. I'm going to try to talk him into it. Matthew Weiss from _sound.com. He's got a wealth of knowledge. The man has knowledge just oozing out of his ears, and he's a very, very humble individual. So I think he's going to be able to help a lot. Also, there is still a song contest going on, and the deadline for that is going to be by this Friday. And then what we're going to do is, actually, wait a minute. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow it's Thursday. Yes. So this Friday will be the deadline. That's correct. If you want to submit a song into the song contest, it's a really simple process. You just go to the link that's included in the description of this video. It'll take you right to the form. That'll give you all the particulars. You can even upload your song right there on that form whenever you want to submit that. And then we will go back and listen to these all live. I'll give some honest sort of feedback on your mix, your master, your production, whatever it might be, to make it a little bit better in my personal opinion. And sometimes I can't say nothing. I know Mark George, who's in the chat, there's a lot of times he posts things that I'm like, I've got nothing to say. When it's good, it's good. So the other thing about that is the song contest will be ending on Friday, but then when we get those to the, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So the other thing about those is that the winner will then receive a free mix and master from yours truly. Oh, okay. I just now seen you're asking if you can post those from the 𝗶𝗄 multi-tracks. That, as cool as that would be, I have to stick to my original songs. So it can either be a cover that you've done that's not released, or it can be an original. Or no, I don't even think I've allowed covers in the past just because of the copyright strikes that we'll get. So with the 𝗶𝗄 multi-tracks, I know that those are, you can add them to your portfolio, but they're still copyrighted, and you would have to whitelist it, and then you would have to get the artist then to whitelist that, or Warren. So if you're going to post a song into the song contest, make sure that it's original. It can be awesome. Yeah, just ask Warren. I'm sure he'd be cool with it. I just know that the copyright strikes will be ensued from that, because I know whenever I actually did one of the live mixes of one of the courses that's in there for Reed Shippen's country course. That was an awesome song, by the way. But yeah, it definitely gave me a copyright strike. So we can navigate through that later, though. It's fine. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and post one of those, go for it. In fact, they're a sponsor here of the channel anyway, so I don't see how it would hurt in any way, shape, or form. Awesome. Well, all right. Well, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get some shout outs to these individuals. These are individuals who have either liked the page, become a subscriber to the channel, they've either followed us on the Facebook page, or they have become monthly pledge members of the Patreon community. So thank you all so much. And Amy Reynolds, Rutu, Tassos, can't pronounce that, 𝗶𝗍𝗄𝗃 Keys, Royal Nelson, Miracle Records, Zach Wayman, Miracle Records again, Kevin Burgess, and Christy Kitch Jones. Thank you all so very much. Appreciate all of your support. And yet, like I said, it doesn't have to just be monetary support. I love the fact too that there's a lot of individuals who are sharing my videos, who are sharing the channel. Thank you so much. And all of you who have shared the multi-tracks, you guys rock. Mob the Gamer, 𝗠𝗏 we got now another one here in the chat, Tony Malone, who's sharing multi-tracks. So thank you guys so much for providing that, so that we can all bathe in this glorious multi-track heaven. Let's spin that wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wheel of Awesomeness. This is 𝗧𝗍 𝗧𝗿 bringing you the Wheel of Awesomeness. That's right. We're going to spin the wheel, and wherever the wheel lands, that's what we'll do. Trivia. Oh yeah. I think it would only be fitting, by the way, to have maybe some Michael Jackson trivia about Smooth Criminal. So let's bring some up here, and let's see who gets this right. Okay. Let's see. Trying to find a good one here. Oh, here's a good one. If you watched the previous video, you'll already know the answer to this, but in the beginning of the song, we have the sound of a heartbeat. Whose heartbeat is that? That's your trivia question for today's Wheel of Awesomeness. Thanks, 𝗧𝗍 𝗧𝗿, by the way, for coming on and helping me to... What's that? I just gave you a pay raise. You're up to like 75 cents an hour now. Really, right now on the live stream, you're going to try to negotiate a deal. 𝗧𝗍, make me some coffee. I need more coffee. Then we'll talk. I'm telling you what, that guy. Tony Malone, the first one with the right answer. Tony Malone, 1687, Michael's heartbeat. That is correct. Yeah, the heartbeat at the very beginning of the song was recorded and then added into the song by Michael Jackson's doctor. Yes. Very cool. Let's see if I'll just pull out another piece of trivia about this, because I think honestly this is some cool stuff. So okay, this one may be kind of a shot in the dark for everyone, but the single Smooth Criminal reached what number on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart? Tricky. We're having 2 trivias today. Who cares? Mark George got it right. Jorg. I hope I'm saying that right. It might just be George. Got it right? Awesome. So this single reached what number on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart? Which is honestly crazy. All right, we got Tony Malone weighing in with his answer. We'll wait for a few more minutes and then we'll see what the answers of others are. And then what we'll do is I'm going to give you a sneak peek of a song that we are working on in the HSS collab group. Tony Malone says 1 or 2. Spell out is near correct, not George. Okay. See, there's another individual who has a similar name, and it looks like Jurgen, but his name is actually Jurgen. So I would assume then that yours would be Jorg. All right, so we've got 1, 2, and 3, but actually it reached number 7 on the top 100 charts. It reached number 2, however, in the R&B charts. So very cool. The crazy thing about this is, yeah, you got it, buddy. He's all over it. The crazy thing about this is a lot of Michael's songs didn't make it to number 1 per se. However, they're still around while a lot of those number 1 hits are not. So they may not have been number 1 at the time, but they're still kind of number 1 in our hearts. Super cool. All right. Well, thank you each and every one of you yet again for coming on to the show today. I hope that you learned something from today's show. Stay tuned because tomorrow we may or may not have a live interview with Matthew Weiss. I think he did say he was okay with that, but I want to make sure. That should take place around noon if that is the case. If not, then that will be out later as a static video and as a podcast episode. By the way, if you have not checked out the podcast, please go and do so. Mob the Gamer just jumped in. I was just getting ready to mention his name and he popped in the chat. That's crazy. His interview, the interview with Mob the Gamer, is going to be on the podcast in September, the 1st of September. It'll be up live. You can view that podcast here on the channel as well in video form and get to meet someone here in the chat as well who has helped to not only contribute MJ tracks, but he's also helped to contribute a lot more behind the scenes. And I really appreciate this guy. He's just an awesome guy and an excellent musician as well. Matthew is a cool guy. Yes, he is. I can't wait to get to chat with him and pick his brain and kind of, he's just full of knowledge. So I think he's going to be, that interview is going to be great. Great for the channel, great for individuals here. So, all right, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let's give you a short sneak peek of a song that we are working on. And I believe, unless I get any more individuals coming back with some tracks or revisions that they want to tweak, because this is a collaborative effort, it's not something I can just say, yes, it's done and I'm releasing it. I always make sure that I go back with those in whom I've collaborated with and say, is everyone okay with this? I think that's only fair to do, especially if they've given time and sweat and tears to a project. So I'm going to show you sort of the finished mix as it stands now. And then I'm going to run this by the gentleman later and we'll see if this is the releasable finished mix, if they're all happy with it. But this is a song that was born out of, honestly, a lot of discontent for the way social media is ruining our day and age. And I called it viral simply because it's one of those things that everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody, and I understand that. I get it. As a YouTuber, I totally get that. I'm trying all the time to be seen and to be heard. Everyone does it for different reasons, though, and what this is more about is individuals who do it for the wrong reasons. This is about individuals who are just trying to basically, they're just used car salesmen. And so it got me kind of jaded, because I actually found out about a couple of individuals here online in the YouTube space that were actually doing that, and it broke my heart, because there's a lot of people that look up to these individuals. Now, keep in mind, I'm not talking about Warren Huart and Produce Like a Pro or anyone within that academy. These are individuals that many of you may or may not even know. One of them has a rather large channel that's based around sort of the same things that I am. That's as much of a clue as I'll give you. But they were saying some really, really rough things behind the scenes that they didn't know that I was able to see. And so it sort of spurred on this song. And then I also seen a lot of other things happening on social media that just kind of helped to write the rest of the lyrics. But this song was a collaborative effort with myself, Brian Barton, who played bass, Chris Knowles, who played the drums, 𝗫𝗀𝗄, who played a lot of the synths, the piano, and some of these, he called them ear candies. And also we have some choir vocals in here that was added by 𝗫𝗶𝘅 𝗧𝗿. I did the lead vocals, the acoustic guitar, and some of the, well, all of the electric guitar. So this is a huge collaborative effort by a lot of different people. And so yeah, it should be around 12 noon my time. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so we shall see. But this is just a real quick sneak peek of the song and of the final mix as it stands now. So let's give this a quick listen. This is just for you guys who are here in the chat today. It's not actually been released yet, so sneak peek time. As the whole project crashes. 53 tracks, it probably will. Here, let me adjust my buffer settings. That might make it a little bit easier on my computer. There we go. I had my buffer all the way set to fast, so we'll listen through to this once, and then we will we'll end the stream today. Or maybe we won't. Boy, it's having a rough time here. Yeah, it's having a rough time. What I could do is just go ahead and freeze these tracks, but that's going to take quite a while to freeze 53 tracks. Yeah, you know what? Stay tuned until until next time, whenever we will, maybe by then we'll actually have it set for release, and I can just give you guys a sneak peek before it's actually released. But I think you're really going to like the song. It's got a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion built into it. And I'm actually really proud of the way the recordings came out. The acoustic guitar especially, I recorded that in such a way that I didn't think it would even work, and it did. So, all right, so we will save that for next time, because my computer is going to probably take 3 years to mix all this audio down for freezing. But I want to let each and every one of you know, once again, so very appreciative of all of you, of everything that you're doing for this channel, and for the sake of getting other individuals up to speed with their music. So thank you, each and every one of you. I appreciate all of you. Until next time, remember, we can dream alone, we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. God bless you guys.